comes to paying down your credit card balance, do you ever feel like you're nothing more than a hamster on a wheel? Well, today I'm going to explain the trap that was laid for you that got you on that wheel. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have an idea of how to slow that wheel down and ultimately get off. Hey everyone, it's Anthony from Essentage, Tucson's premier accounting firm. Not only am I a certified public accountant, but I myself have experienced the process of understanding the trap that credit cards posed, getting off that hamster wheel, and coaching a lot of our clients to do the same, whether it's in their individual life or with regard to their business. So let's start by understanding how we typically find ourselves in the credit card trap. And that's typically because credit is hard to come by, but credit cards are relatively easy to get through your local bank or another lending institution. So it's an easy way that people can go out there and get some credit. The trap being they tend to come with extremely high interest rates, and most people find themselves only able to make the minimum payments every month. So here's the thing that we all have to remember. Even though it's relatively easy or convenient to get a credit card, the interest rates that come with those cards tend to range anywhere from 17 to 25, sometimes 30%. So not exactly low interest rates in terms of what you have to pay when paying down your balance. The other element about credit cards that's important to understand is the minimum payment requirements. So in terms of what's required as a minimum payment every month, it's typically anywhere from 3 to 5%, or I should say in some cases 2 to 5% of the minimum balance. So you've got high interest rates on one end and relatively low minimum payment requirements. So now it's time to really understand the trap, and the trap is created by those two elements, the high interest rates and the low minimum payments. So to explain the trap, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you've got a $2,500, $2,500 balance on a credit card. It's got an interest rate of 20%, and the minimum payment required every month is only 3% of the open balance. Under that scenario, it would take you approximately 3.5 years to pay down that balance, and the interest that you paid over that time would represent 37% of that $2,500 balance. So whether you were frightened or not by that example, the real point is, let's take that same example and instead of the balance being $2,500, make that balance $5,000. And this is really what's going to freak you out. So at a $5,000 credit card balance with the variable staying the same, that is a 20% interest rate and a minimum payment due each month at the same level, that would take you 15 years to pay off, and the total interest you paid would represent 222% of the $5,000 credit card balance. So as you can see, just a minor tweak in the balance, given those interest rate levels and those minimum payment requirements, can create this scenario where you're never going to be able to get off that hamster wheel. You're never going to be able to pay that balance down, and in doing so, you're going to spend gobs of money unnecessarily on interest expenses. Now, all this being said, I don't think the examples I'm using are too out of the ordinary. It's very typical that people have those balances on credit cards between $2,500 and $5,000. In fact, I know a lot of people have multiple credit cards or aggregate balances out there larger than that, and that only exacerbates the problem. So today's video was all about just helping you understand how that trap was laid for you and what got you on that hamster wheel to begin with. And really, that's step one in understanding how you then can transition to formulating a plan financially to get off that hamster wheel and be less dependent on credit cards and ultimately more financially free, whether you're a business owner or just an individual who's looking to clean up your personal finances. And as always, we'll be posting more videos to help you along the way with some strategies, like I said, to get off that wheel and just become more financially fit in general. We'll be posting videos on this YouTube channel. We'll also very shortly be launching a podcast called Keep Your Edge, Financial Fitness for All, where we're really going to delve into a lot of these topics that benefit you, whether you're an individual or a business owner, more in terms of gaining that financial fitness and understanding a lot of these concepts that can improve your life. So as always, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Feel free to leave your questions and comments below. Share with us your experiences with credit cards in terms of feeling trapped or feeling like you're that hamster on the wheel. If you found a way to kind of escape or make great strides in terms of paying down the balance, share all that stuff. We love hearing that, and it's great to share it with everyone else. Until next time, this is Anthony from Essentage.